Our 2-year-old quite likes percussion, or at least he likes to hit things that make a sound. So I'm thinking of making some kind of xylophone-like thing using some flooring scraps. Now this sounds a lot better if there's some kind of cavity underneath it. So I've got 2 supports with rubber bands on top. And then if I close that cavity a bit more, and if I use a softer mallet, and then I've been watching some Winter Gatan talking about his vibraphone, and the pedals on his are sort of more of this shape, although they're made out of metal. And I think that, aside from lowering the pitch, might actually make it sound a little bit better too. Here's a shorter one. I think I cut too much out on this one. And this piano tune wrap seems to be able to pick up the pitch of it, so I'll be able to tune it too. So then I got all carried away trying to make plates that are actually tuned to a specific scale, and I was having all kinds of difficulty because these things are actually much more sensitive to tuning than I thought they would be. Much harder to tune than a pipe organ. So eventually I just gave up on that and decided to just go for a series of sounds that kind of sounds well together. I think I need to shorten this one a bit. I want to make a box for this xylophone roughly like this. And I've marked where the nodes of vibrations are for the various plates. And I placed these sticks on top of roughly where I marked the nodes of vibrations. And that tells me what angle I need to join the case at. I placed all the ends in the jig the same way and started 1/4 inch from the edge, which is from here and from here. So that is unfortunately asymmetrical because the thick part is here and here. So I'll have to cut the end pieces asymmetric the same way. I kind of ran out of clamping options for this last piece, so hopefully this carriage bolt clamped in with a wing nut, goes through a hole in here, will hold it without falling down. Maybe that came out a bit too heavy, so I'm cutting away a bit on the bottom. Sorry for getting out of frame on this one, but the priority is just get it together before the glue sets. Oh shit. And now it's time to add some retroactive precision. So I still need a good way of supporting these things that doesn't dampen the vibration. On the real marimba, these things are supported with strings that go through the sides, but that won't do for a kid's toy. It'll get destroyed in no time, so I've been experimenting with supporting them from below. This is felt from what used to be a wool pillow that we accidentally put through the wash. I also tried rubber bands and thinner felt. This sounds by far the best, but it's a little wobbly. This one's not on felt. Before I drill holes in these things, I want to fine-tune where the nodes are. This spot is the deadest in terms of fundamental. Now how to screw those down without screwing up the sound. I think felt washers like that work okay, but I think the kids are just going to pull them out like this. So if I set these in a much deeper hole, that will make them relatively inaccessible. So that still sounds pretty acceptable even with the screws in. I still needed some sort of xylophone hammer for that, and I made that so it's all side grain on the striking surface, and I shaped it just on the belt sander.